Have you ever pondered the meaning of life in a world that seems indifferent? Albert Camus discovered that life's inherent absurdity can lead to profound freedom. In this video, we explore Albert Camus' Absurdism, a philosophy that challenges us to confront the absurdity of existence and find our own meaning within it.
Mind Aperture channel. Here you will see beyond the visible.
You know that feeling when the kitchen is so quiet at 6 a.m. that your own breathing sounds like a thunderstorm? Your friends' unpaid bills are scattered across the counter, each one a tiny landmine of potential conflict. The coffee maker gurgles, the only other sound in this suspended moment before everything changes. Your hands are cold, gripping a mug with yesterday's lipstick stain. You're tracing the rim, thinking about how your friend has transformed into someone unrecognizable. The debt collectors will start calling in 3 hours. You know this. They don't. And something inside you is preparing for a storm that hasn't yet broken. The golden morning light bleeds across linoleum, casting long shadows. Your jaw tightens. This is the calm before everything shatters, not just the bills, but the friendship. You understand now what Albert Camus meant about the absurdity of human expectations. We construct these narratives of connection, these delicate agreements about who we are to each other, and then watch them disintegrate like wet paper. You know another feeling too, sitting at the dining table, bills spread like a battlefield, looking at a partner who feels more like a stranger than a companion of 20 years. The commute home feels impossible. Each mile is a decision, return or disappear. Your hands are sweating now, gripping the steering wheel. The tension lives in your chest, a compressed knot of unspoken disappointments. The courthouse hallway echoes with your footsteps, waiting for results that will change everything. Your ex-friend's name is on an envelope, and you can feel the weight of missed connections. Sports competition results, something that once bound you together, now feel like a foreign language. These moments are not failures. They are the raw material of human experience. The absurd isn't the breakdown, it's recognizing that breakdown is just another way of being alive. Your breath catches. Your shoulders drop. What if the struggle itself is the point? What if meaning isn't something you find, but something you create in these precise, painful moments of recognition? That fear you just felt? It is costing you more than you realize. Absurdism isn't about despair, it's about liberation. Albert Camus understood something profound. The universe doesn't care about your carefully constructed narratives. Your job, your relationships, your perfectly planned trajectory, they're all stories you've invented to avoid the fundamental truth that nothing inherently means anything. You're sitting at your lunch break, staring at the beige break room wall. The overhead fluorescent lights have been replaced, soft amber light pools across worn linoleum. Your spouse's betrayal sits between you like a third person, silent and heavy. Your promotion, the one you've manipulated office politics to secure, suddenly feels like dust. At 3 a.m., bedroom shadows stretching long, you realize the facade is cracking. Your hands are cold. Your throat feels tight. The weight of performative success presses against your chest, a compression you've carried so long you'd forgotten it wasn't normal. Then there's the bathroom mirror after your shower. Steam fogs the edges. Your sibling, the one you haven't spoken to in years, feels closer than ever, reflected in your own tired eyes. Tomorrow's surgery hangs like a question mark. What stories have you been telling yourself to avoid the raw, beautiful meaninglessness of existence? In the cemetery, visiting the grave of the person you thought you'd become, something shifts. Golden hour light catches weathered stone. Your breath catches. You understand, the point isn't to find meaning. The point is to create it, moment by moment, with fierce, defiant passion. Each scenario whispers the same truth. Avoiding the absurd doesn't protect you. It imprisons you. Your losses accumulate in silence. In unspoken tensions. In dreams deferred. In connections left unexplored. The cost is your aliveness. Revolt. Create. Live, knowing nothing matters, which means everything can. So why do we do this to ourselves? The answer lies in a fundamental misunderstanding. You're sitting in the corner of a baby shower at 4 a.m., wide awake before your alarm, camera hanging limp around your neck. The soft golden lamp glow cuts across pastel decorations, and your aunt, the one who hasn't spoken to you in 3 years, just slid a plate of untouched petit fours next to you. Her hand lingers. Your spine goes rigid. Your photography project was supposed to be about family connections, but right now it feels like an archaeological dig through emotional ruins. Each click of the camera shutter sounds like a tiny confession. Here's where we broke, here's where we stopped speaking, here's the moment everything fractured. Your hands are cold. Not the temperature cold, but the kind of cold that comes from holding something too tightly, in this case, your unspoken history. The petit fours sit there, perfectly decorated, a metaphor you didn't ask for, beautiful on the surface, hollow underneath. Your aunt's fingers tap a nervous rhythm on the tablecloth. You both know something needs to be said. But in the absurd theater of family dynamics, silence has become its own language. Camus would understand this moment, the ridiculous dance of connection and disconnection, where meaning dissolves the moment you try to grasp it. You adjust your camera lens. Click. Another fragment captured. Another moment preserved in its beautiful, meaningless complexity. The baby shower continues around you, oblivious. Balloons bounce. Conversations bubble. And you sit here, understanding that the most profound revolt is simply showing up, camera in hand, heart half open, ready to witness the beautiful nonsense of human connection. Your transformation starts not in grand gestures, but in these small, absurd moments of continued presence. Now that we understand where this wisdom comes from, let us break down exactly how it works. You're wedged into the airplane's middle seat, medical forms clutched in hands gone clammy with sweat, your mother-in-law's disapproving gaze burning into your profile. The night flight's dim overhead light casts orange rectangles across your trembling fingers, and you know you're running late, impossibly, physically late, but your body refuses to move faster. Your knee bounces. Your breath catches in your throat. The medical bureaucracy has already decided something about you, and you can feel it in the way the form's edges curl beneath your grip, in the way your spine feels suddenly brittle and breakable. Your mother-in-law shifts. Her perfume, expensive, judgmental, cuts through the recycled airplane air. You know she sees your hesitation as weakness. Another failure. Another moment where you don't measure up. But Camus would laugh. The absurdity of this moment, trapped between bureaucratic forms and familial judgment, unable to rush, unable to escape, this is precisely where meaning gets created. Not in grand gestures, but in this precise instant of recognition. You take a breath. Your hands stop trembling. The night bus carries you through empty streets, streetlight shadows sweeping across empty seats. Your reflection stares back from the window, judging, always judging. But who is the judge? Who is being judged? In the coffee shop's corner, golden lamplight bleeding across worn wood, you sit across from the employee you know you'll have to fire. Sunday evening stretches before you, heavy with dread. Your recovery from old patterns feels fragile as breath. But here's the secret, the struggle itself toward the heights is enough to fill a human heart. You are Sisyphus. The rock is your life. And you are choosing, right now, to push with everything you have. The dread doesn't disappear. The difficulty remains. But something inside you has shifted. Revolt is not destruction. Revolt is creation. Here is where everything shifts. This is not just a technique, it is a complete transformation. You're standing in the airport security line, hands trembling slightly as you clutch a small Ziploc bag of spices, a recipe your new romantic interest shared, but you don't fully trust yet. The line stretches endlessly, no information about delays, just an infinite corridor of gray carpet and uncertainty. Your fingers trace the edges of dried oregano and crushed red pepper, a culinary map of potential connection. Your breath catches in your throat. This is more than waiting, this is a ritual of potential. Each traveler around you is suspended between departure and arrival, and you recognize something deeper. The spices are your small rebellion against the absurd. They represent a moment of creation in a system designed to strip away individuality. The security conveyor belt moves like Sisyphus's stone, repetitive, seemingly meaningless, but you choose to infuse meaning through this tiny act of carrying flavors, of preserving a recipe shared between two uncertain souls. Your shoulders drop. The tension you've been carrying, about trust, about connection, about whether this new relationship might crack open something genuine, begins to dissolve. You realize the absurdity is not in the waiting, but in how you wait. Will you be crushed by bureaucratic indifference, or will you seize in your own moment? The line inches forward. Your hands no longer tremble. Equals you are creating meaning, right here, right now, not through grand gestures, but through this small, defiant act of carrying spices across invisible borders. The recipe becomes a map. The waiting becomes a choice. Your breath deepens. You are Sisyphus, and this moment is your mountain. And you are unexpectedly, gloriously free. Equals understanding the shift is one thing. Here is how you practice it, starting today. You're standing in the train station, 6:47 a.m., golden light cutting through dust motes. The delay announcement crackles, 20 minutes, maybe more. Beside you, an older man who looks uncannily like your deceased uncle shifts his weight, hands gripping a worn leather satchel. The absurd recognition technique, he says, though you haven't spoken. His eyes are clear, knowing. Not running from meaninglessness, but dancing with it. Your chest tightens. This morning feels different. Pivotal. The kind of moment where universes split, before and after. The stranger continues. Notice how the train's delay doesn't actually matter. The universe doesn't care. But you can choose how to inhabit this moment. You breathe. Slowly. The paint-chipped bench beneath you feels solid. Real. In the hardware store's paint section, your fear stands beside you, corporeal, wearing a gray wool sweater, looking bored. Personified anxiety has terrible fashion sense, apparently. The Sisyphus reframe, your fear says, picking up a color swatch. Your struggle isn't the point. The struggling is. Dusk bleeds orange across your backyard. Family photos inside remain untouched. The person who wronged you years ago exists only in memory now, a ghost you're learning to make peace with, not eliminate. Two practical absurdist practices emerge. 1. Moment mapping. Catch yourself wanting meaning. Instead, create it. Equals deliberately. Choose 3 small, seemingly insignificant actions daily that spark joy. Not happiness, joy. The difference matters. 2. Revolt daily. Every morning, do one thing that declares your aliveness. Sing off key. Dance in your kitchen. Write a poem nobody will read. The act itself is the rebellion. Week 1 feels awkward. Week 2, a spark. By week 4, you're building a life, not discovering one. Common mistake, thinking this is about being happy. It's about being awake. Present. Choosing. Your transformation starts not in grand gestures, but in this breath. This moment. Right now. Equals once you have practiced these techniques, the next step is weaving them into daily life. You're standing in the Airbnb kitchen at 7:23 a.m., wedding anniversary morning, sunlight cutting harsh rectangles across tile. Your client's email from last night still burns in your chest, another dismissal of your carefully crafted strategy, another reduction of your expertise to background noise. The coffee mug feels heavy in your hands. Ceramic cold against your palm, steam rising in thin wisps. Your wedding ring feels different today, not a symbol of connection, but a weight. You trace its edge with your thumb, feeling the slight ridge where gold meets skin. In the retail stockroom at 2:47 a.m., surrounded by inventory sheets and cardboard boxes, you're thinking about chosen family. The neighbor you've avoided for months, the one whose eyes you can't meet in the hallway, represents something deeper. Nightmares wake you, not from fear, but from the recognition of disconnection. Your hands are trembling slightly. Dust motes dance in the emergency exit light bleeding red across stacked pallets. You understand now, Connection isn't guaranteed, it's constructed. Moment by moment. Choice by choice. The parking garage stairwell at 3 a.m. feels like a metaphor. Your coworker's promotion echoes in the concrete space, each step a replay of conversations where your brilliance went unnoticed. But here's the revelation: being unseen doesn't diminish your worth. Your spine tingles. Equals cold runs down your vertebrae. The fluorescent-free emergency lighting casts everything in a surreal orange. You're not waiting for recognition. You're creating it. These moments, the dismissed proposal, the avoided eye contact, the midnight inventory of unspoken dreams, they're not obstacles. They're the canvas. You're the artist. This is not perfection, it is direction. Let us bring this full circle. Remember where we started? You were someone searching for meaning, trapped in systems that felt suffocating, insurance claims, neighborhood tensions, professional disappointments. Now you understand, the absurdity isn't a prison. It's your liberation. In the dentist's chair, cold metal pressing against your spine, you realize your mentor's expectations were never truly about you. The insurance form trembles in your hand, a document of bureaucratic nonsense. But you're laughing now. Not from hysteria, but from understanding. This moment doesn't define you, your response to it does. On the rooftop, city lights bleeding orange across concrete, you watch your teenage child's silhouette, pulling away, becoming their own universe. The neighborhood conflict that once seemed earth-shattering now feels like background noise. You're not controlling the narrative anymore. You're participating in it, wildly, beautifully. At the wedding reception, your boss, once a towering figure of admiration, now just another human navigating their own absurd journey. The dance floor pulses with music, and you're moving not to impress, but because movement itself is an act of rebellion. Your last day before everything splits isn't an ending. It's a beginning. Camus understood this. We are Sisyphus, pushing our boulder up the mountain, knowing it will roll down again. But here's the radical truth: we can be happy in that moment. Not despite the absurdity, but because of it. Your transformation isn't about eliminating struggle. It's about dancing with it. Laughing at the cosmic joke. Creating meaning through your fierce, beautiful choices. If this opened something in you, subscribe and hit the notification bell so you never miss a video. Share this with someone ready to hear it. Drop a comment: what insight hit you hardest? Watch the video appearing on screen now. Your transformation starts not tomorrow, right now, in this breath, in this choice.